Hi, it's time once again to find out what's going to be happening this month during our session of Monthly Metaphysics Mastery. I'm Amy Tyson, a metaphysics expert, and I will be your guide through the month of September. So what do we have going on this month? I think the most important thing is to understand how we personally are going to interact with each month so we can make better choices and decisions so that when we find ourselves turning the calendar and starting a new month, we can see the progress that we've made. If you'd like to see how September is going to relate directly to you, go ahead and scan the QR code and create your personal life chart using the program that comes up when you scan that code. You enter your birth date and time of birth, and it'll generate the Chinese astrology called Bazi chart for you. Simple to read. Simply, we're looking at the animals that you have in your chart. Another important thing to understand is that we do not go by the Gregorian calendar, which says that the month starts on the 1st. We're actually using an astrological solar calendar, which means September actually started on the 7th. So September 7th was the start of this new influence of energy. So if you're watching this midway through September, know that we will not be shifting energy until October 8th. So September 7th to October 8th is the energy influence of what I will be talking about today. So it's welcome to the Water Rooster. This is the height of the fall season, and it's a season of metal. Again, we don't use the Gregorian calendar. We use the other calendar, which starts on September 7th. September also puts us fully in the strong metal and water components that will bring some potential financial relief to our world. It is a temporary flooding of water elements right now, which has actually been weak the past few months. So the water is representing our money flow this year. So we actually like to see the influx of water happening. Now, August was a highly emotional month. It brought up some possible core issues in you that need some resolution and releasing and change. So if you noticed anything coming up more fully for you, something that's maybe been repeating over and over in your life this past August, please do not ignore it or try to push it deep down inside you. Instead, recognize it and use September to actually accept the issue and begin to make changes to shed the belief or the habit or the way of thinking that was showing up in August. The month of September can bring up an image like this. So this is the Water Rooster. It's the image of beautiful crystal clear water forming delicate but strong crystals beneath its surface. This is because of its connection to the 2024 wood dragon. Here is the rooster pillar in Bazi. So over there, you'll see yin water on the top and rooster on the bottom. Pretty easy to see that. This is a very smooth flowing pillar because metal and water, metal produces the water. So we'd say it's a nice flowing, smooth pillar this month. There is only one element hidden within the rooster, and that is yin metal. And the expressions that come up are direct wealth and hurting officer. This is a time where we can use the clarity of September to start making adjustments and fine-tune the goals that we may have set at the beginning of the year and fine-tune our actions for our future. So this is really important because of some likely shakeups that were experienced in August and we have yet to have coming. Specifically, October is the clash month of 2024. So we want to use this month to get prepared for whatever might be lying ahead. So the expression of Water Rooster, as I said, brings up what's called direct wealth and hurting officer. You can see the DW by that yin water up in the upper right-hand corner and the HO under that yin metal symbol under the rooster. So this signifies direct wealth and hurting officer. Now, direct wealth represents cash flow or liquidity, the ease of accessing money. And this is possible signal this month of some changes in the job market. It could signal new jobs coming, new jobs that weren't typically thought about could be opening up, or we could actually see some job loss. And this is because of the combination between the yin water and the day master of 2024 yang earth. And then we've got the herding officer. Herding officer signals activities and actions and new types of things coming in. So this could, in the combination that we're seeing, signal that we could be hearing some announcements in regard to the financial world. So the economic world, we could hear some announcements that maybe the economic advisors have been waiting to share or have been waiting to hear. So watch for some of these things happening in September. Now the rooster is in combination and in harm formation of the 2024 chart. So we talked about the yin water and the yang earth up at the top. This is the combination of those two elements, which yin water is the direct wealth. So that's why there could be some job loss. And then underneath we have the rooster and dragon combination and the rooster and dog harm. So let's talk about those. Let's start with the rooster and dragon combination. This creates an energy loop that could support really positive growth for period 9, the period we've just entered, provided that you have been working with the dragon's energy all year. If you've been ignoring and repressing what's been coming up for you, that can present some challenges, as it means you're setting yourself up for some repeated patterns for the next 20 years. This is why I said, think about what was coming up for you in the past, over these summer months, the past 3 months. Has something been showing up? It's not a time to just repress it and say it's fine. Instead, take a look at it and really be conscious of what it might be trying to tell you, and then begin to work with it so you can release it. Otherwise, it's going to trap you in this loop for the next 20 years. And of course, we don't want the negative stuff to be looping. We want the good stuff to be looping. So the good news is it's a perfect time for you to realize what has been happening and then tie up some of these loose ends and finish some new ideas and perspectives that you have begun, and set yourself up for success in period 9, because that's what's in play for the next 20 years. So again, pay attention. Just look at your life and say, okay, this has been showing up over and over for me. So get some clarity in September. Now the rooster is also in that harm formation with the dog. And this can bring up the emotional roller coaster. This up and down, it can be a little unsettling. There's some anticipation with what's going on in the world right now that can be kind of unnerving. And just know it's going to be okay. Just know that this harm is going to bring up distractions, just a lot of noisiness around you. And so it's important for you to distract yourself from the distractions and instead focus on exactly what it is you want to accomplish. Take a leap of faith that can actually pivot you to new things and lead you to new rewards. Otherwise, these distractions are only going to set you up for more emotional upheaval. And when we are too emotional, we make poor decisions. So instead, lean into courage and really know what your aim is and goal is in for September, and just let the noise and the distractions fade into the background. Now, last month we talked about the first of 4 supermoons. These are all back to back. So September supermoon is happening on the 17th around 9:34 p.m. Central Time. This is also the start of the eclipse season, and we will have a partial eclipse that goes along with this supermoon. The energy peak, so between 9:30 and 9:40, starting at 9:30 and going to 9:40, take that 10 minutes and just imagine or write down a perfect life scenario for you. Now, your mind will simply want to fill in the blanks of, well, it can't be just this perfect, so I have to put some obstacles in there. Resist the temptation to do that. Instead, what does your perfect life look like? What are you doing on a perfect day in your perfect life? What is your daily activities? What is your family activities? What is your health activities? What is your financial activities? Outline what your perfect day is and imagine it's in perfection without any distraction, without any of the negative obstacles or anything that can prevent you from having that perfect life. That's how we can use this supermoon energy on September 17th. And by the way, thank you for all of you who joined me on the supermoon meditation last month. We won't be doing that this month. We will see what the October supermoon looks like, and I will let you know if we'll do another one of those live or not at that point. Now, our auxiliary stars, these are hidden energy fields that are coming in with the rooster, include the energies of the Grand Duke combo. This can signal that we can all receive help from helpful people this month. That means make sure that you're asking for it. Seek it out. No one ever likes to ask for help, so don't think you are an anomaly, but you can ask for advice. Ask for advice for the things that you're struggling with, or ask for a connection. This is how you use the Grand Duke combination, is to get you to the places and the people that can help you take that next leap up a level. We also have Earth Relief, which can help us find our way out of some difficult situations. The Peach Blossom boosts our charm. It's a likability star. We can leverage it because we can be more likable. People will just enjoy having conversations with us and building relationships with us and having fun with us. And when you do that, you can then leverage the Grand Duke combination and get to the people you need to get to take that next step forward. Now, there's also another star in here called Salty Pool. Salty Pool is the lust star. It is the ego-based using of someone to get what you want. If you instead use that star, then the negatives of September can take hold of you, specifically one like lesser consumer, which has you spending more money than you ought to. So make your choice. Do you want to engage in fulfilling relationships, or do you instead want to use people to get to the ends that you desire? That will determine how your month flows in the month of September. Now, the ruling hexagram for the month is called Gradual Progress, or some call it Developing. Last month we had the Army hexagram. So this month is all about taking the slow, deliberate steps forward, seeing what develops after each step that you make. You're going to want to see if the people that you've gathered around you actually are there to help you, or are they going to abandon you? If they abandon you, then it's time to make some tough decisions. You either need to tweak your mission, or you need to figure out another way to make it happen. But things can be crystal clear this month. Remember, Yin Water Rooster, very clear. As long as you've been doing the work, you ought to be able to move to the next level this month. So keep your expenses in check so you're not affected by that distraction and that lesser consumer star. So the theme for the month is moving forward with clarity, intention, and courage, and controlling your emotions. So we're going to take a peek at the quadrant that's influencing us from the Chi-Man chart of the year. What's pictured here helps us discern some information. We'll see that it's hexagram marsh. We see that we're in the west box. We don't see any moving lines. This is about openness and pleasure and success, being dependent on other people. Remember that peach blossom and that salty pool star? So this is supporting some of that energy as well. Our goals can be accomplished by employing gentleness and an atmosphere of goodwill toward others. It's about adopting the right attitude and mindset for the circumstances. Overall, unfortunately, this box is marred by fear. It is marred by miscommunication. It's marred by lack of trust with other people. When we know this, we take human action to tap into courage and work to be great in our own ways. So it's what can we do to be great and step into courage and not be overcome by fear. It's a very volatile world environment right now, and we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. And once we know this information, we can make conscious decisions on how we're going to act and react and respond to the world around us. So September, again, it is the height of fall, the height of the metal element. Our clash animal, this is where you're going to want to get your personal chart out, the chart that you use the QR code at the beginning to print. You want to get that chart out, and you're going to want to see if you have any of these animals. Do you have a rabbit or a dog, a dragon, a snake, a rooster, or an ox? The way those interact will help determine the emotional state and the mindset that you can go through this month with, and things to watch out for. So clash animals, rabbit. Our harm animals, dog. Our 6 harmony combination is the dragon, and the 3 harmony is the snake and the ox. If you have any of those animals in your chart, pay close attention to what I'm going to talk about now. Here is where you are looking in that graph that you printed or are looking at on another device. You are looking at the hour, day, month, year, and even the luck pillar to see if you have any of those animals in your current chart right now. This is your natal chart. Each one of the aspects of your chart relates to different facets of your life. So you can take a look at this chart, you can pause the video, you can come back to the video, and you can see, well, if my rabbit's in my month, and that is the clash animal, it means there could be some upheaval or change in my career. I could have an argument with my parents. I might get a salary increase, or I might lose some money this month. So this is how you can look at what might be affected based on where those animals are located in your chart. So let me move myself over here, and let's talk about rabbit. If you have rabbit anywhere in your chart, this is the clash of the month. It is a wood and metal clash. And this is about emotions, and the emotions will control your outcome. If you lean into negativity, they are going to distract you from the real opportunities that you have. So you are the ones that need to take a leap of faith and deal with the circumstances that are happening around you, and then you will see what to do next. When you solve the problem, clarity will ensue. Don't be scared that this is a clash. Just know that there could be some upheaval. In fact, if you want to make the upheaval, that's even better, because then you control the narrative. With the rabbit in the chart, with the rooster month, you do want to watch out for small types of accidents, like you're cooking and you cut yourself. I had a beautiful example about a few years ago. If you have the need for a surgery, it might pop up this month. I would say go for a teeth cleaning to the dentist to help offset this, so that you control the issues that might be coming up. You might have a little backstabbing going on, or you could have some sort of betrayal. Somebody doesn't live up to your expectations is also possible. Again, here's where we're looking in the chart, your month, day, hour, and luck pillar. It will affect the part of the life where that animal appears. If you have dog in your chart, now the dog is a harm animal. We talked about that already in relationship to the year pillar, or the year chart and the day pillar of 2024. If you have dog in your chart, this is a different expression. You can leverage the positive side of problem solving and leadership, actually, this month. You need to make some tough decisions. Ignore the distractions that are all around you and just keep going forward. There is likely to be a lot of distraction for you. It doesn't mean anything serious. It's just distracting. So dog and the rooster can cause some trust issues. So depending on where it shows up in your chart, make sure that if you're putting something out there, that you trust the person that you're sharing it with, if you have dog this month. And then our 6 harmony, we talked about this in relationship to the 2024 year. Dragon and rooster are what's called a 6 combo, or in Western feng shui, they call it the secret friend. The element that is output is metal, and metal is another herding officer. So it's more action, more activities, and things like that. This can be combining with you if you have a dragon in your chart. This is all about collaborations. It's a great month for you to look for good people to collaborate with, not necessarily partner, but collaborate on some sort of action or activity. The 3 harmony is a combination between 3 animals. So if you have either snake or ox, or you have snake and ox, you will have either a partial or a full 3 harmony. Again, this is collaboration. This is helpful people. We like to see 3 harmonies and 6 combinations. The element that is thrown out in this one is also metal. Metal to the year means new activities. Whatever metal is to you will be how it influences you. So this is where you may need a personal chart reading. However, just know if you have either of those animals, you should be looking for those noble people, you should be leveraging people, and you should be seeking collaborations. So when it's supportive, you will receive support, help, and possible good news. If metal for you is not favorable, then it might not be such a beneficial month. If you want to learn more and you haven't done so already, I encourage you to go to my website, amytyson.com, and take an introduction to your personal chart. You can find out more about your Daymaster, your personal life star, and your Guardian of Destiny. The information I share there, it's all free. Enroll in those free courses. It's in the upper right-hand corner of my website. It's an orange button that says Enroll in Free Courses. I give you probably a 30-minute, each lesson is about 30 minutes, and really gives you a pretty good overview of you in your personal chart. Also like to remind you that I have the 2024 Accelerate on replay on my site, on my website. You can subscribe to that and find out about how the rest of 2024 is going to come together. I even look at 2025 and 2026. And now we're going to talk about the self-punishment in the rooster. If you have a rooster in your personal chart, this is the rooster month. This is what we call a self-punishment. Now, self-punishment is something that you do to yourself. You know you ought not do it, but you do it anyway. This could be retail therapy, spending too much money. It could be a way you think. Your thinking is holding you back. Only you can decide what it is, but it's a punishment that you are doing to yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself for someone else's happiness, okay? So don't forget about yourself. Don't betray yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself. Figure out how you're doing that and stop doing that this month. Quickly, let's look at the feng shui of the year. For this month, we have the 5 yellow going over to the west. This will be, the east. This will be our most volatile area. If you are using the east, there could be some health issues with you. You could have a little bit more what we could consider bad luck. If it's some place that you've been using all year already, just keep using it the same way. Don't renovate there. Don't hang pictures. Don't rearrange the furniture. Keep it quiet and you'll be just fine. We have nice combinations down here in the northeast and the north. So those are really good areas for you to use this month. Physically go to those spaces and use them. If you would like to activate a location this month, please select the north. September 24th is a wonderful date to do that, between 11 and 1 p.m. So here I have 2 examples of how you could activate this. The one right above me on the left is a simple garbage can, an office garbage can. It's about 2.5 feet or 3 feet high, about 12 inches or 14 inches across, and 18 inches wide. You fill that with water. You can see that white square in the bottom. That's actually a water pump. You fill that with water and you turn on that pump during that activation time on the 24th between 11 and 1. The water that you see over here over my shoulder, that is something I leave in place all year round. It is a bigger activation, much harder to move because it is so much bigger. I leave that one going all year round, and that I share in the summit each year. So how do you find the location? You get your floor plan out and you find the center of your house and you figure out where north is located, and you place your water activation in the outer wall in the north from the center of your house. Again, Supermoon coming on the 17th. Here's a reminder for that, between 9:30 and 9:40 p.m. Sit with 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, imagine your perfect life without problems or obstacles. What does that look like? You get to design it. And one more thing before you go, I have a free preview of my What About Wealth workshop coming up on October 9th. I will put details in the comment section. Please register for that. Come and find out what that What About Wealth seminar is going to be all about. I'll share some tips about wealth and what true wealth is right now in our society. And we'll discover if you perhaps have a block for wealth. And if you're interested, you can go forward and register for that workshop coming up October 23rd. Just remember that you truly are the designer of your destiny. Every choice you make shapes your destiny, and I'm here to help you know what choices are the right choices for you. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great month. Please like and share and let me know what you thought of this monthly overview. And ask yourself, how can you summon courage in September to make the next right step forward for you? I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.